where you are connecting from. Good afternoon, guys, and I hope you guys are doing fine. And yes, guys, drum rolling, please. Today is our last day for our 1 month free online section. Man, it has been a great journey for everyone. Man, it has been really great journey, even for me. Okay, and for everyone who have been participating on this live section. Okay, so there's no more talk on it. So maybe I'll say let's start vibing and all that. But yes, guys, today I already said it. I will show you guys everything on how you can become profitable. Like, I mean, how you can actually become profitable. I tell you guys, this channel is for you guys to actually unlock your potential on the chart. Like, I mean, seriously unlock your potential on the chart, because that is my main point for this live section. Because I want to tell people out there that you guys can still learn forex trading, and yes, in a simpler way, not you going through different random videos saying you want to learn from here, you want to learn from here to get all that knowledge. That's what I did, and it took me time to actually understand what I was doing. All right, so today I'll tell you guys everything, like the real secret about forex, like deep secret about forex, why it's been created. Because remember, we did the beginning and every, like from beginning to end, everything. I mean, every single thing about forex. I talked about how forex came about, who trade forex, why they trade forex, and I talked about supply, demand, support, resistance, technical analysis. They talked about the interface and the instruments you'll be trading. I told you guys this is $1 trillion market. Okay, if you hear my word, $1 trillion market. You just take your own bowl and go there, fetch from it. Once you fetch from it, then you know, okay, this is what I'm actually facing, or this is what my money is actually gaining for me. Okay, and also yes, we talked about lot size, risk management. So today I'll be diving in deep, I mean seriously deep, about everything, and yes, how you can become profitable easily without going through those stress, and removing that fear from people, or the concept of FOMO from people's mind. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing today. All right, so let's get to the chart and start playing the game. All right. Yes, so today deriv system came up, so which was a thumbs up for that, because we were waiting for deriv when we took a trade on euro AUD a day before yesterday. Yes, on our last session before we took a trade on euro AUD, and I posted this thing on my telegram. I mean everything, I did post everything on my telegram, and how it has been. Okay, everything I told you guys. Forex is very simple. Yes, it might be hard at first when you get into the game, but it's very simple. Okay, and sorry about the last session we did. I think later when I was doing my edit on that, I saw the voice was being echoed. Okay, so the voice was being echoed. So I hope you guys can hear me clear and nice now. You can hear me clear and nice. Please just let me know you can hear me clear and nice without the echo ish pattern. All right, so let's get back to work. So remember guys, I told you guys on this section it's very easy to know everything you need to know about forex. If you can just go back to the videos, because I've been uploading all the videos, so if you can go back to the videos and actually understand, watch those videos, you actually understand everything I'm about to talk in this last section. Okay, the content of forex is to relieve humans. Okay, human being, like I keep using that word humans. So you think you are the real human, so you're not the real humans. Like the real human in you uh comes within. Okay, so forex will actually bring that aspect of you out, to know, okay, this is what you should be doing and this is what you should not be doing. Okay, forex make me start learning more about myself and being patient with myself. Yes, we all want to make serious money, like we all want to make the dough, want to, but still guys, you still need to be patient. Okay, you still need to be patient to have a good mentality. Okay, and there are two type of style I want to show you guys. There are, we said we have different type of work pattern, but there are two type of actual work pattern. We have the soft work and we have the physical work, which is the hard work. Okay, the soft work consists of your ment, that is your brain. So you need to actually crack your brain to that extent to be able to, okay, I'm making good money from it with my brain. All right, then the hard work is you doing labor, physical labor, like you want to carry load, you want to carry all those things, doing normal 9 to 5 job. So if you are doing your normal 9 to 5 job, you also, you wait for a month, 2 weeks, or depending on the way the company are paying you. All right, so you wait for a month, 2 weeks and all that to be able to get a good payout from the job, which, you know, okay, let me say you are making $2,000. You know, okay, every month you receive $2,000. Then you come into this system to actually see people making more than $2,000 in a day. I mean, in a single day. Then you want to make all your dream cars, your dream life, or your dream money in one go. You can't. All right, you can't. So that is really the main game. So you can't make it. So first we'll actually review that type that type of impatience in you. Okay, because you work 9 to 5, you have patience to work the physical work, the hard job for 9 to 5 to be able to get a payout. Then now you are into the forest, you are into a good financial industry whereby you just need to wait, look for some certain things in the market before you take a trade. Then before you actually banking your profit in less than a day. Then at the end of the day then at the end of the day you see people keep tapping button, want to make all the money one night, then they get liquidated. They'll be like, hey, forex is a scam, forex is a scam, whereas you are the scam because you haven't actually take yourself very seriously. If you take yourself very seriously, you know that each thing you do require patience and time, and which I've come across and understand about it. All right, so this is where forex came in. There, back in the 90s, we all know about the back in the 80s, we all know about the physical labor, the hard job, the slavery and all that. Okay, then the banking system came in, which they started escorting money from the people. All right, started escorting money from people and all that, but the satisfaction for people hard work was not really enough. So they need to start they started creating this instrument so people can actually use their mentally okay, to be able to focus well and earn good profit from it, right? But you know this, you know the game now. We humans, we don't actually wait. We don't wait. We just get in, want to rush in and rush out. So you rush in and rush out. That's what the market will do to you. The market has no feeling. All right, it's just there. It's for you to wait for a specific price, buy or sell at the specific price, then wait till your initial target, then get off the wagon, then close your trade, close your system, go for a walk because you make a good profit. If it's a tiny profit, take it and go for a long walk, enjoy yourself. All right, because you won't make that same profit in just a day. So I hope you guys are understanding this. And yes, there are different type of markets, like I mean different type of instruments whereby we have synthetic, we have futures, we have crypto, we have some I don't even know. We have memes. So there's different instruments you can trade, and all these require technical analysis, fundamental, okay, risk management, because you need all these things to be able to stay in for a long time. You don't just want to pour your capital in one trade. If you pour your capital in one trade, you lose. All right, so that's where risk management comes in. Then fundamental comes in, which is economic data. Okay, I'll talk more about them, but let's keep reviewing all this. So fundamental comes in, which is economic data. So we have short term and long term. All right, I'll talk more about all that later on. Okay, so back to our story. This is why they created forex. And if you observe all forex trader, you might see their lifestyle is being crazy, but if you talk to them, they have good personality. That is good personality. Everybody want to be like them, but nobody want to work like them. Nobody want to think like them. Nobody want to act like them. All right, so they have good personality. So that good personality in them actually makes them money. The more you become good, the more you make money. Your bad habits, if you carry your bad habits to inside the chart, the chart will reveal your bad habits to you. I also faced that myself when I was coming up. So I lost huge, like huge. I lost huge after doing 9 to 5, putting the money into forex, then boom, the money gone. Again, boom, the money gone. And I give thanks to myself that I didn't give up. Okay, because I take no for an answer. Then I actually understand forex, then understand myself, then which made me profitable. So this is how forex work, and this is the big truth about forex. Get a proper checklist, a proper lifestyle, or a proper well-being balanced, well good mindset, in the sense of your eye is your compass and your eye won't deceive you. All right, so get that down. Your eye is your compass and your eye won't deceive you. Okay, so this is it, guys. If your eye is your compass and anything you see with your eye won't deceive you, except your brain will actually tell you, no, this is not going to the upside, it's going to the downside, go for it. No, this is my last online class for the year, so which I want to tell you guys how it has been and how it's going. Okay, so that is why they created forest, and there are different pairs, there are different market to trade. You can't see your friend doing let me say your friend is doing synthetic. Okay, for example, your friend is doing synthetic, then one of your friend or other of your friend are doing currency pair. You can also choose futures. There's futures in market also, instrument also. You can choose futures, so you guys can be trading different things but still making the same money. They are all this thing. What will I say? They are all the same technical analysis. Okay, they are all the same technical analysis, guys. I think I need to mute my phone. My phone is going up and down. Sorry guys about that. Let me mute my phone. Okay, wow, this is a new investor. Sorry guys. So we just got a new investor in the building. All right, so big shout out to the guy who want to learn forest. And yes guys, I offer mentorship program. Like I said, forest is very easy, guys. So forest is very easy, guys. Okay, so this is why I keep telling you guys that the moment you enter the system, you actually understand the game is easy. Okay, the game is easy. It's just for you to actually wait. There's time for everything. They use the concept of time in everything. Okay, we have time to eat, we have time to play, we have time to date. All right, so the concept of time matters a lot. That's why I keep emphasizing on things before you get into the industry. Analyze yourself. What works best for you? Okay, what works best for you? If you want to be a scalper, you can. If you want to be a day trader, you can. If you want to be a swing trader, you can. Okay, so let's really get back to work, and enough of the story, guys, because you guys want to know the work part and not the story part. And yes, I'll be showing you guys some key areas for you guys to pay attention to. And yes, we'll still be using the line chart and everything. So this is the rip, which I tell you guys we don't have the something like a rewind button, so anything you see here is a live price action. Okay, I think I need to bring out my tools out so you guys can see. Don't know why deriv how to their platform how to refresh itself, so I need to like bring all this out again so you guys can see. I don't really use the Fibonacci anymore because my eye games are very strong now, so I don't really use the fibs anymore. The more your eye game strong, the more you see yourself using less tool. Okay, so that is it for that. And yes guys, we'll be doing our 10 to $1,000 after this section. Okay, so we'll be doing our 10 to $1,000 after this section, so I'll be focusing more on that. And yes, I won't be super busy again for it, so I'll be focusing more on that so you guys can actually understand what is actually going on. Okay, so let me bring out all my tools so we don't start going back and front. You remember I talked about tools, so if you haven't seen anything about tools, go and watch thing about, so you can actually line them up like this. The more you line them up, like the more it gets easier for you to just easily tap and draw than you coming here to find each tool, because this is price action, like live price action. Okay, so since it's a live price action, we just don't want to do anything before price, how would I say it, before price even move. You don't want to take your time starting looking for tools, so you just move your tool and start doing your thing. Okay, let me delete all this from the chart. So you just move your tool and start doing your thing. All right, so before we move that, I want to talk more on fundamental. Okay, before we enter the chart, we can start showing you key zones or key level. Fundamental, what is fundamental, guys? Fundamental, if you're writing, write this down, guys. So fundamental, this fundamental analysis, this is for economic data. All right, yes, with trade instruments, fine, but anything, any life event that is going on, like let's say there's a 9/11 in the US, or let me say serious event happening in the US. So it's serious because the US actually is holding the financial industry. Okay, the US dollar is actually holding the financial industry strong. Okay, that's why they are still at the top. So let's say something major is coming out in the US. Okay, then this news now was, let me say, it was a very big news that maybe is going, like he's saying interest rate or growth rate or GDP rate or stuff like that, or let me say a crash happened in a building. Okay, and governmental building, maybe the stock is going to the upside. Let's say we are I think I need to use a good part here. What's going on with my, okay, I think close this, then use my part. So let's say we are going to the upside, right? Then the major news just came in. You see everybody at this position, everybody holding this position, everybody will be wiped out. Then the market might just go down, boom, then wipe everybody out. All right, so this is why we look that's why we look into fundamental. Okay, fundamental will give us this clear price action on what is actually going on. Okay, so that is what fundamental will do for us. And yes, there are different ways to check out fundamental. And yes, I keep saying this, there are two types of fundamental. We have the long term and the short term fundamental. Okay, so the long term fundamental, this is for the overall country. Let's say we are, like yesterday now we did euro AUD. Okay, so let's say euro AUD now is telling us the euro currency is stronger than the Australia currency, right? So if it's stronger than the Australia currency and the economic data is telling us that the long term now is telling us everything is going down. Okay, then the short term now is telling you that there is a major news event that will come up. Then that if this major news event comes up, it might comes up like this. That is the short term now. It might spike out people that is on this, that is on let me say if you are trading day, okay, let's say you are doing a day trading now, or you are scalping, then that major news now might wipe everybody out. But this long term here that is still on might still just be going down. Okay, so this is why I tell you guys I want to unlock post potential so they don't get scared on the chart anymore. All right, so this is what we go on. And yes, there are different ways to check this out, and there are different instruments. For me, I do use uh, my forex book or investing.com. Okay, so on this page we'll be using my forex book. I don't want to go to investing.com now. It's like me opening new tab again because I've already opened this. So this is how it will look like once you open your forex book or my fs book. Okay, then you screw down, I mean you screw down to this, to where you see countries. All right, so where you see countries. And yes guys, like I said, there are different pairs for you to look about. And you know the country we are focusing on now, we are focusing on the US, because anything you are trading we need to look at the US calendar. All right, and if you also trade the rest pair here, maybe you trade like I say euro USD, you can look at each, like you can see this now, you can see euro USD now, you can see a statistic or sentimental. This is what we call sentimental analysis. Okay, you can see the statistic of it, where we have short position, we have so many long position and all that. So this will actually tell you that there's a lot of seller on the chart than a lot of buyers. Okay, can you see this guys? So you can see we have a long position, then we have a short position, we have a percentage also. So the action is for long, so this action for long is telling us there's a lot of seller on the chart, which is 65%. Volume and lot position, you can see the amount of people who are on the chart, like who are playing this instrument. This is where sentimental comes in, but I don't really talk about sentimental because I feel fundamental and technical will give you the best result you are looking for. Okay, fundamental and technical will give you the best you are looking for. But for this is what you also need to know. And shout out to my friend Mr. Rez. So the guy actually brought my mind back to fundamental since I'm coming into the currency space again, because I've been doing synthetic. Yes, like I focus more my time on synthetic due to the news when I was starting up. Then focusing on currency pair now, it brought my mind back to check into fundamental. So I had to go back to my books, which I've did a lot of studies. I had to go back to my book, then checked about this, and I see wow, this was a lot of things I've been missing out on. So I need to now, I do swing on currency pair only, but as time goes on I will intraday and also scalp. All right, but for this I'll keep using my deriv for my intraday and for my scalp movement. All right, so this is where you see the short position, the long position. Now you can see there's not a lot of buyers in the chart. Buyers mean long position, so there's not a lot of buyers in the chart. All right, so if there's a buyers in the chart, if there's more buyers on the chart, you can see the percentage will go up to the upside. But you guys can see now the percentage is telling us we are definitely going to the downside. Same thing with GBP USD. Now you can see GBP USD on the long side on sentimental we have 71%, which is telling us there's a lot of buyers on the chart. Okay, all this you can tweak with them and know which pair you're about to trade and find out which works best for you. You can just click on the sentimental here, then analyze your pairs. You can see a lot of pairs here guys, so this is for sentimental, right? So now let's go back, because I'm not here for sentimental, I'm here for fundamental, because I need to show you guys how fundamental work. And yes, you guys don't know about sentimental now. I didn't really talk about sentimental because sentimental for me, I feel like I keep saying this, technical analysis and fundamental is okay for me. I don't really need to know much about sentimental, because sentimental is just to give you the overall picture of the instrument you are trading, so you can know, okay, let me see how many players are there. Okay, because the amount of players will tell you the amount of people on the chart. Okay, I tell you guys, this is a right and wrong game. All right. The right and wrong game, why I say keep telling you the right and wrong game, is it just affect the retailers. Okay, this affect just we the retailers. Okay, and this is the only thing that keep affecting the retailers, because we always use the concept of right and wrong, whereby price might be going to the downside, then you see some people taking a buy position. You know price is going to the downside, all your focus should be the downside, but you see some people will still want to buy the position. There they get really fucked. So guys, so that is what they do. They get really fucked. Okay, so now you can see, now we are back to fundamental, guys. So from fundamental, guys, look at this. Let me put today. Okay, you can see now we have very strong impact news. So this is for short time retailers. Okay, you remember the short trend I talked about? Now let me go back to our chart. So whereby we say the Varona is telling us we are going to the downside, then the fundamental was that short time people. Now you see the way I entered the fundamental. If you don't know how to I did it, it's simple. Just go back, click on the country, then once you click on the country, you scroll down, then you see all trade, then you can click today, yesterday, tomorrow, or next week to look future news that is coming up. Okay, so that's why I love this instrument. Okay, so you can know the future news that is coming in. So for fundamental, this is where fundamental comes in. All right, you can see the high impact news. We have the jobless claim, all these. Okay, and yes, there are some type of news we should be looking out for. Okay, and this type is, let me show you one, GDP. Okay, once you see this is an high impact news. Okay, all these are also high impact news, but depending on the pair you are trading. But for currency pair, which I have noticed in the long run now, we focus on interest rate. We focus on interest rate, GDP, and rates. Okay, are you guys getting it? Interest rate, GDP, and unemployment. So that's the three I've known about in currency pair, which has been going crazy. Whereby you might be in a position, then price just clear you off. So this is jobless. Are you seeing jobless? So all these are unemployment rate stuff. So jobless claim, jobless counting claim. So all these are unemployment, GDP. So all these will tell you that you should stay away from the market. If you are in a short term position, like for the day traders, you need to stay away from the market because of this high impact news. All right, and yes, there's also a way to trade this high impact news. So people are just literally waiting for 32 minutes. You can see all this news is in 32 minutes time. So once after 32 minutes time, from an hour ago, let's say after this news break, from this around, I think we are in around 6. Okay, from around 6 p.m. Nigeria time. Okay, around 6 p.m. this chart, you can see this chart now, there is not free. People, like anybody want to trade this time around can trade, but it will be advisable to stay away from the news and see price behavior, because price behave. And why price behave? Because of people who are tapping buy and sell. Okay, so anything you see, if you see price keep ticking like this, it's just people tapping buy and sell. So we stay away from the chart. I hope you guys now understand the concept of fundamental now, and how I've made it easier and for you to like actually understand it. And yes, there'll be a video coming up about this as well, so you guys can really understand about fundamental. I'll talk about fundamental, I'll talk about sentimental. Okay, so all these will be in one package, so you guys will actually understand the concept of this. And if you still find trading hard to learn alone, you are welcome to my community, my Telegram community, so you guys can enjoy what others have been enjoying for free. Okay, my physical class, I did that, which we updated on our Telegram, so everything was there as well. I updated everything. I teach people from scratch to end. now I did an online class for 1 month from scratch to end. So I hope you guys are following up with all this, and yes, there is a lot more to come. Okay, let me claim my chart. So this was the trade we took on our live section. All right, this was the trade we took on our live section. Yes, I keep telling you guys it will be a rough walk. Okay, let me hide some so it can look clean. All right, let me add some so the chart work will look clean for you guys to see. Bam 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 bam. Okay, yes, beautiful. So now let me show you how the fundamental and all that works. Okay, now you can see we use a Euro AUD. Now you go back to your fundamental bar. So once you go back to your fundamental, you look for your centimeter first. So if you want to know the overall trend of this, you go to your centimeter, which will say Euro AUD. You can see, guys, can you see this on Euro AUD? We have 43 short position for 57 long. So the buyers are stronger today. Can you see it, guys? So the buyers are stronger on the symbol. Can you see this now? So now, if you guys can see this now, look at the buyers now, which is the green candle. I think I need to move this. So you can see the buyers are stepping in, which we went in for a good risk to reward ratio. Then you guys can see how clean this, and we did this with the power of what? A line chart, guys. So we did it with the power of a line chart. And I dropped this video recently before this live session. So if you have not seen the power of a line chart, go and watch that video. I talked about how you can enter with a line chart. Okay, so you can see how you can easily scale in and out with a perfect line chart position. Okay, so I hope you guys are getting this concept properly. And yes, you can see the main reason I didn't draw. I know some people like your trend line movement is not correct. So the main reason I didn't draw my trend line movement like this, you can see. Now let's attach this to this. Can you see this, guys? So our next trend line pause, our next buyers, I want price to come to this zone, but there's a structure here which you can see we broke structure here. So but I still don't buy this because of this news that occurred. You can see the week about news. So let's say you're in a short position here. See the way this news will have taken you out, then the price came back again. So some people get scared and still keep jumping in at these price rates. I'm coming. Let me drink some water. So you guys can see the way price has been reacting, okay, from it. And yes, you can still go back and check for fundamental as well. So over here now, some people will be waiting for a good change in trend or change of character before they might see if they might take the trade down to the downside. Like I said, the week is over for me because of this, because of the news ahead. So I'm not planning to take any trade on currency pair at all. Like I mean, any trade on currency pairs. I don't plan to take any trade yet. You guys can see this movement now on the 1 hour. So price came here now, price is now stalling, okay, which we have another block here. You can see this, guys. So price is now like delaying itself. So might from here now see strong movement to the downside since our sentimental and our long economic news is telling us we are going to the downside. Can you see this, guys? Now you can see how I linked my trend line together, right? So we now have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. Okay, remember I told you guys trend line, to a valid trend line must have 1 to 2 a valid trend must move 3 to 4 times before it reverses. So let's say we are on this tiny trade now. Yeah, but so since we're on this tiny trade, you can see the way price reacts 3 times before it reverses. Okay, on the lower time frame, you can see 1, 2, 3. Then we broke structure. Then price was going to the upside. This is just short time movement. Okay, let me delete that. So this was just short time movement. And yes, look at the live class we did. Remember, I showed you guys everything about the live class and how it has been going. So this was a beautiful trade we took, and yes, I showed you guys I entered this trade and I profit properly from it. So I mean properly from it. So now let's get to work. Yes, I told you guys I'll be dropping a lot of things. Okay, I'll be dropping a lot of things on the charts, so you guys will know how all these are going, because we'll be starting using deriv, and today deriv actually comes back to their senses because I missed them. So now we are on the daily chart on the deriv, right? So guys, remember I told you guys, before you move to anything, ask yourself what kind of trader are you. All right, so what kind of trader are you? That will determine your future on the chart. Okay, so that will determine your future on the chart. The moment you figure that out, then you can do anything. For me, I am a day trader, but since I've been in this space for a very long time now, and next year FMB will make it 3 years for me to be in this space. Okay, so 3 years or few months or few years I've been in this space, so I've seen a lot, and I'm still willing to learn a lot from it. Okay, so guys, you can see this is our daily chart. All right, which we say each candle here consists of 1 day. So if you see this candle now for me, is 1 day candle. So if this can form in a day, all right, if all this can form in a day, so why are you in a hurry to take your money? So now another secret of forex is like an investment, but this type of investment, you know when to get in and you know when to get out. Okay, so forex is like an investment, so you know when to get in and you know when to get out. Okay, on this part now, you can see, let's start our work. Since we now know, okay, this is our since we are on daily chart, we now know, okay, each candle here consists of a day. Like I said guys, if you want to start marking, you don't start at this recent candle that is forming, so because that would be very very wrong. You don't start here, you start at the second one or the third one, so you can get a clear picture of what price has done before and what price will keep doing. Okay, so write that down, because this will be a step-to-step guide that I'll be doing for you guys. So first, I think I need to skip writing this down. First, mark daily. If first of all, ask yourself what kind of trader are you. Okay, the moment you ask yourself that, then the rest comes along. First, you mark, you remove the noise. So let's say you remove noise. So this will be our first target. All right, because you don't want to pay attention to this noise here, because all here are noise. Yes, there are price movement, past data. We are on the future, so we are not going to the past again, we are in the future. All right, so all these are past data that price has been doing, past data. So sorry about that. So first we remove the noise with what, our vertical line, which we just did with this blue strong line. So this was our vertical line, right? Then we mark our open and close of the candle. Second, let me write it down, 2. We mark open and close of the candle. Okay, because this is a step-to-step guide. I tell you guys, this will be a great section, okay, because I want to show you guys what I've learned the past few years and the past few months I've been in the space. So remove noise. Number one, once you figure out the type of trader you are, then you remove the noise, okay, because let's say the scenario of you being in a busy area, okay, you're in a busy area, but they told you to focus on someone you are waiting for, and this person is described himself like, I'm putting on black t-shirt, you can spot me at so point. Then with your own normal mentality, you be start scanning for people wearing black t-shirt and who is standing at a point he mentioned. So that is why forest matters, okay. So now you start, after you remove the noise, then you mark out the close and open, which we say the red candle, which is the bear, because the red candle is going to the downside, and the green is going to the upside, which is the bull, okay. You can use the concept of down and up, all right. So now we can mark out our zone. We can use horizontal, you can use this horizontal, okay, but why I don't like this horizontal, it will actually give you more noise, okay. So you don't want to use the horizontal now. I'll tell you when to use the horizontal, but you don't want to use that horizontal now. So you need to use the horizontal ray. Then you want your magnetic too, because you need to actually know where price are, because you just can't just mark out your zone like that. You need to know the exact place price are. So you mark out your open and close. I need to change this color and make it tiny. So let me change that color for you guys. Okay, we'll make this let's say red, okay. Then let's duplicate this so we can mark out our open. Okay, you guys can see that. Let me write on it so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now I can write open. Then also guys, if you haven't seen the part I talked about how you can do right on to, just there's still a video for it, okay. You can put this in the middle so you don't we don't use text to cover everything up, because we are doing step to step approach. So anytime you come into the chart as a newbie, you'll be able to understand this, okay. And also I'm here to unlock a lot of people potential on the chart, all right. So once you mark this out, and yes, why are we marking it out? Somebody just asking the question, why are we marking this out, is that each candle carries a trend, okay. Don't forget that guys. Any time frame you are analyzing, remember that each candle carries a trend. So we don't want to miss ourselves in the noise of any trend that is coming above or below, okay. So since we are on daily, we're supposed to be focusing on the daily trend, all right. So that is why they say each candle carries a trend. Now we mark out our close on this, which you can say close and open, because we have a close and open there. So we should say C. I don't want to use text to cover everything up, all right. Why we did mark out the close and open on this candle, because as the prices closes on this, another candle forms, all right. So any week you see, any week you see like this, if you see all these weeks, all these are weak rejection, all right. So you don't want to be in that zone, okay. So let me clone this again, and let's mark out this recent candle again. You can see price open here, it closes here as well. So this is how you mark out your zones. Why I'm doing this is that I want you guys to see the backtesting section first before the live setup, because this is a live candle, because you don't want to treat this just like that by marking out the open. Because if you mark out this candle open, price might just fluctuate up and come down. You'll be like, what's going on, I just lost this. No, you didn't lose anything, because you're marking it wrong. So you need to mark out the previous. Remember guys, mark the previous, not the recent. I think I need to still write that down. So after marking your open and close, always mark the previous. I think I'll put it up here. Okay, always mark the previous candle. Don't mark the recent candle, because this is different part. Let me put it here so you guys can know the step-to-step guide I'm talking about. Okay, once you have done that, you move to what we call our directional time frame. Okay, our 4 hours, we say what our 4 hours for our directional time frame. Okay, this place is where we start marking out our actual direction. Now step 3, mark out direction. Okay, step 3, we mark out our direction. And to mark your direction candle, it's very easy. All right, this is where we start marking it if the trade is going to the upside or if the trade was going to the downside. Okay, now we start marking. And yes guys, if get one concept clear now, if there is no clear structure for you to mark, zoom in. All right, let me zoom this out and draw all this down so people don't get confused about all this. Okay, first noise, second zoom in guys. This is already going, so I don't want to jump in on this trade. This is a beautiful trade already. This trade will see this trade to likely go to the downside with a fundamental view. You can see this. All right, with a fundamental view you can see this. Okay, so this is a beautiful trade that is just for me here. So guys, we would have take this trade, but this was section only and I don't plan to take any trade today. Yes, you might be having this great opportunity every time, but at some point allow yourself to breathe, because you are working with your head, not with your leg this time around. So because we have equal liquidity here, which I'll talk about soon on liquidity. So secondly, we mark out our direction, right? So which we say price was going to the downside. You can see price was going to the downside. Then we mark out what we call down. You can call it BOS or down. Okay, the any choice you feel like or anything you prefer, but I'll make it simple for you guys. Just put down. Okay, if the day you put down, that day you know the concept of where price is going to. Now we now know, okay, this trade is going to the downside, because you can see with a fundamental view we are going to the downside. Then price came in. There's what we call order block, but we'll talk about that soon, because price came into an order block, but this is not a zone. This is not a place you mark out your order block. But once you see this price like this is where you mark out your order blocks from. Okay guys, keep that in check. All right, so once you see this, let's say you are back testing and you see this, don't just say, okay, let me go to my analysis time frame. No. Okay, then if you want to still confirm the trade is going to the downside, you keep marking out your direction. Once your direction is complete, then you can confirm, okay, this trade is going to the downside. Now you can see why I took this trade while I was marking this fundamentally. Now you can see I think I need to make my text little on this or put it at the downside so you don't disturb the chart. Okay, you guys can see now we now know, okay, this entire chart is going to the downside, because some traders will feel this is a break of structure. This is going to the upside. This is not going to the upside, guys. You can still mark it and like mark it again before, but I don't advise this, because why is that? There is a strong leg here. All right, this strong leg from year to year was 1 point, year to year is another point, year to year is another point. So this is a strong zone. No matter, I keep telling you guys, no matter how you see how the setup looks beautiful, make sure you do your analysis first. Yes, this would have been a beautiful trade. Now if we actually we are taking this now, it would have been a beautiful trade. Okay, so now you guys now know, okay, this is up, this is down. Okay, now we now know that, okay, this price is going to the what? Downside. Then later on you can see, then now we now move to our step 4 here. Now let's go for step 4, which will say it's our analysis time frame. Here we'll start doing our analysis. All right, so we should say is analysis. This is for day trading setup, guys. So if you want a swing trade view or a swing trade method, it's very simple, guys. Okay, if you want a swing trade method, this is very simple. You can just easily now move to our 1 hour, which you say is our analysis time frame. You guys can see this is a beautiful trade. All right. This is a beautiful trade. Okay, now we start marking out what we call order blocks. All right, so mark out order blocks. You can see where there is another block. You can see, guys, this is an order block. All right, and yes, some people will be waiting for this to happen, and this will happen. Guess why? And why is that? Sometimes you don't look at the recent order block. Okay, sometimes you don't look at it. Sometimes you look at the breaker block. There's what we call breaker block. Okay, and if the breaker block comes with a fair value gap, all right, so this is a good breaker block formation here. Let me draw the breaker block for you. That's what I said. There's internal and external order block. Okay, you guys can see the breaker block, right? Price didn't even still come to the breaker block. So this is crazy, man. Okay, now you can see. First of all, nobody actually remind me about the line chart. You see, that's why I said this is a study section, not a rush section. Now we can use the line chart to actually observe what was actually going on at that spot. Okay, now you can see the line chart now. What beautiful. This was where our close and open where. Then look at the line chart, guys. So there was a structure here. You can see that. So let's mark the structure before we go back to our zone again. So once you see now, beautiful. You guys can see the structure. I think I need to change my color so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, blue. So you can see the structure now on the candle. That's why I say the power of a line chart. Some people don't know the power of a line chart. Now you mark out this zone. So this would have been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade, guys. Okay, so once you marked out that, which we have a fair value gap within that zone, then you can see price react beautiful from it. Then now we can see price now going to the downside. I hope you guys understand the concept. First analysis, which we now know, okay, this is where price reacted from. This was our old price action. Now we move to our entry, which will see our 15 minutes and all that, to see what was price actually doing there. Okay, well, let's take a trade. I think I need to take a trade on this with my MT5 on V10. Is it V10? V25? We are analyzing V25 pattern now, so you guys can see. Okay, no, guys, go back. So guys, we just took a trade now. I hope you guys can see this. So we just took a trade now. Let's see how this plays out. All right, so I'll put this here like this because this is a clean trade. Yeah, yes, I know I said we won't take a trade and all that, but sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so now this is a clean trade, guys, for us to push price to the downside. Okay, and yes, this might still goes wrong. Like I said, know what you are risking. Okay, now you can see why that zone didn't react, why we didn't react on that zone. Let me show you guys something, guys. See why this zone didn't react. And yes, see why this zone didn't react here is because there's a structure here. You can see when price broke structure, there was another structure here, so price now react at this base level. Okay, so like I said, this is a study pattern. Now you now know this is where we that enter the chart, because now price react came back to this zone here. Some people be like, you can see price just bounced off from this zone. Yes, price bounced off of this zone, but why I took this trade was three things. Okay, first, we saw price going to the downside fundamentally. Okay, price was going to the downside fundamentally. Okay, price action is telling us price is going to the downside, which we had what we call liquidity. Okay, now I will talk more about this liquidity here. There's what we call SMT here. Okay, all right, so this might still be a losing trade or might be a winning trade, but we'll take that because we didn't enter at a good price. All right, so that's for that. Then our stop loss will be here. Then let's go to our 15. Hey, sorry guys, now I'm actually taking a trade. Sorry, I mean study. Let's study this chart together, guys. So number 5 was our entry, right? Number 5 is our entry time frame. Okay, so the guys, you guys not see the step-by-step guide we just did now, and this was a trade. Like I tell you guys, once you are good at this skill, sometimes this comes in and sometimes this doesn't come clean. Okay, sometimes this same price action will just enter, might just go down, comes up again. So that's what we call forest for you guys. So this is what actually happens, and yes, this is for day trading. I use synthetic for day trading only. So anything you see here is for day trading because we don't have a higher time frame except from the daily. All right, so synthetic charts provide day trading only. Yes, you can still swing if only you can have the good mentality on it, so you can still swing on synthetic. Okay, so this is for noise to mark out open and close of your candle. 3, you mark out your direction. So 3, once you mark out,
I don't understand.
I didn't call you Siri. So once you mark out your direction, then you mark out your analysis. Okay, then you mark out your entry. I hope this is very very clear, guys, and if this is very clear, please, I need to see a thumbs up that you guys are actually, or any emoji or reaction that you guys are actually following up, so I can go back to my zone and continue this whole setup again. Now you can see on 30 minutes, we do use 30 minutes for one thing, refining an entry, but I use it for my entry most times because it's clean. Okay, so if 30 minutes is clean, then we know, okay, this is a good trade to take or not. Then you can also go to the 15 minutes, all right, to see what price actually did. Now you guys can see this now. Price now take out, price now make three equal leg, and this 3 equal leg is something that most traders get scared of. Okay, some people now, maybe let me say you enter at a trade here, because you see price reversing, some get off easily when you know it's a contract. Okay, the moment you tap in that contract, let it breathe, let it do its thing. Okay, yes, you can either lose, you can either win, so why don't you focus on the winning aspect first? Okay, so that's why I keep telling traders this: focus on the winning aspect, then the rest comes along. Okay, so like I said, guys, this trade, I'm not predicting much on this. If we get to this demand zone, I might get up at this close candle here. I might get off of the wagon. All right, so we'll be getting off of this wagon once price get to the zone we are waiting for. Okay, so this is how forex trading is, guys. I hope you guys are understanding this concept, and yes, this is where the power of a line chart comes in. Now we can now like use our line chart to set a target. Okay, we can now set a target. We can use the 4 hours or we can use the 1 hour, but since we are day trading, which is our analysis time frame, oh your ear, our analysis time frame is 1 hour, guys. Okay, so go to our magnetic tool, we start marking out the closes of each candle's position. Okay, we can use golden zone, so the once price get to those zone, let me save this chart. Yes, guys, for synthetic, guys, the chart doesn't save automatically. Make sure you save your charts always. I mean always. The moment you tap save, the moment you tap save. Synthetic doesn't. Then where's our next close again? Magnetic tool will show you your next close and your next open, guys. So, and all these are for institutional. Okay, all these are institutional levels, so take note of that, guys. you can see there is no more target here again. And yes, remember I always target what 1 to what 3. So now we take this our stop loss. Now we'll now reduce, oh my magnet, off your magnet. So we'll now reduce our stop loss to this recent high here. At this point we took this trade, because that is where our stop loss will be. Okay, so this will still give us 1 to 3. Okay, this still give us 1 to 3. Now we'll move back to our this thing. Then you can see, guys, let's just move it to 1 to 3. Once price get to 1 to 3, we'll get off of this wagon, because there's no external price extension for us to test before price keeps going down. Now we see price has tested this first close. Our price is going to the second close. For those who are also jumping on the chart, you can also jump in and also profit from this. You can see the power of a line chart. And yes, I will talk about the fundamental aspect. I know you guys be like, you caught a good trade, you caught a good trade. Yes, I caught a good trade because I've trained myself to that and I've put in the work. So you also go and put in your work. Alright, now sorry, I need to drink water. My throat, I haven't talked much in a while, guys. This is sweet. Now this is where the institution comes in, and people don't actually know about what the institution are actually looking for. Okay, the institution follow fundamental. I told you guys this is our own fundamental package. You can see now. Let's on the line chart again. This is the line chart to use on the 4 hours. You guys can see even the 4 hours is way different at price selection. Okay, because this calculates every hourly close candle. Okay, now let me mark out this 4 hours close now, because this was the 4 hours close we just cut. Let's change the color to green or blue. So now we are expecting price to get into this close, because our 4 hours is what are called our directional time frame. So if price get to this zone, you can close most of your position, because our direction is telling us we have gotten to a base level. Okay, so if our direction is telling us we are getting to a base level, then you can close half of your profit. All right, close half of your profit, secure your profit. But if profit or your profit hasn't gone to 20 to 30%, I'm actually risking to teach you guys this. Okay, so if your profit hasn't gone into 30 to 50%, don't close, because the moment you get to 50%, then okay, you have made half of the money you are risking already, or quarter or more than the money you are risking already, then you can close. But once it's going to 80%, it's still your choice. Okay, so guys, put that in back of your mind, that anytime you get into a trade, wait for the statistics. And yes, let me show you guys one thing. We are still on the 1 hour chart. Let's use our date and time range. So sorry about that. So you can see, guys, we took a trade from, let's say we took a trade from this past price action, then price got into this zone. So guys, you see this took what, a day and 5 hours. Okay, you can see this take a day and 5 hours. So if this can take a day and 5 hours, why will you be expecting all your future money to happen in one time? So why will you be expecting your money to happen in one time? So this is why forex comes with patience and time. You don't just jump in a trade or jump out a trade. You wait, you scaling, proper scaling, you get off properly. All right. And yes, there's what we call institutional buyers. Okay, which I'll be teaching you guys more of that soon, and that will comes in next, because I think people still need to know about institutional buyers. Because once you know about institutional buyers, you know, okay, this is what is actually going on the chart, and this is what is not going on the chart. Okay, so I think I will copy this image and send to our Telegram group, so you guys, the Telegram channel will know we took a trade live, and this should be placed. Okay, so and this should be placed, guys. So I think I need to show them in case we still lose this chart, we still come out and say we lost this trade. Okay, where is that? I just copied, then we save that because we are moving really fast, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, I think I've seen the ball thing. Yes, now we move to our TT, which is our Telegram, then we paste. Okay, guys, well, we just did that, then back to work so I can show you guys what's going on the chart. Okay, so since we just did that, and yes, this is for institutional buyers only, and I was not risking much on this, which I keep telling you guys, always take advantage of your profit target. You can see we are in profit, guys. Yesterday trade I made 400 bucks on that trade we took yesterday, so that was a very long trade. And yes, it's a, how would I put it for you guys to know that every trade you take, okay, every trade you take, this comes with a good clear mindset. Okay, and you need to be calm at all time. You don't need to panic at any trade you take. Okay, you need to be calm at all time because trading comes with good level of understanding. All right, if you don't have that good level of understanding, you just keep playing there. So we keep playing there, and then you won't be able to understand the concept of what we have been saying. I hope you guys are understanding. Now you guys can see I was not planning to take a trade. This is what I tell you about trading. Once you are able to, if you are able to get some shit right, you can get it done. Now let's talk about liquidity. Somebody just brought it to my attention. Now liquid what DT. So the concept of liquidity, this is found at base level. Okay, and what is liquidity and how to spot liquidity. So let's go back to our directional time frame. You can see, guys, you can spot liquidity here. Why? There's no base level. Okay, so you can't literally spot liquidity here. Okay, so since you can't spot liquidity, then there's no point of you even thinking about liquidity. So you need to actually know where to spot liquidity from. All right, so this was up down, which there was no if you want to see liquidity, they say it's found at what base level. So here we have our first liquidity point. I think I need to have my magnet too. So yes, it's our liquidity point. Okay, but since it's our direction, we don't use it for a liquidity point. They will move to our 1 hour. So this is where we actually find liquidity. Okay, so we can look for liquidity at what base level. You can see when we marked out price closes, you can see there was a liquidity point. So guys, let me give you this concept. Now I don't want to tell you guys this, but I told you guys this last session it will be a great session. Okay, I hope you guys are understanding this live session will be a great session. Liquidity point is found at open and close of each candle. I just dropped the fire now, so if you want to grab that, write that down. Liquidity point is found at candle close and open. Anything you want to say, argue with me, backtest it. Then there's what we call liquidity sweep. Okay, liquidity sweep is very easy to spot. This means when price is losing momentum. What is called momentum? Momentum is when price is failing to make huge strong candle. Okay, now guys, you can see this candle now. this new candle that is forming, that is very strong, with red candle that is just dropping, this is a strong momentum candle. Okay, this is a strong momentum candle, right? And we are expecting price to get to this base level here. So when I see price get to this base level, I'll close half of my position and let the rest run to full take profit. Okay, so this is what we'll be looking at. So this is a momentum candle, and all these BB candle are momentum candle. The moment you see price being choppy like this is what we call liquidity. Okay, because price is losing momentum. So this is what we call low momentum, this is what we call high momentum. I hope you guys are following. High momentum and low momentum candle, and this also happens at the 4 hours, which is or our daily candle. So let's say we want to mark out our candles now. You see this candle, you see this weak candle like this, you now mark out the open and close, which you know there's no open and close here. If there is, but it's very tiny. This is called an indecision candle. The moment you mark out this type of candle, I hope you guys are hearing me. The moment you mark out this type of candle, guys, the moment you mark out this, then there is no momentum there. Then all of a sudden you just see price spiked up. Okay, so which you don't want that. Me and you know you don't want that. So all those type of candle, you need to avoid them. Candle you need to be focusing on is this huge momentum candle. Okay, this is candle you need to be focusing on. All right, this is where the magic happens. Okay, and yes, there's also called liquidity sweep as well, and this liquidity sweep happens at all time frame. All right, you can see these guys, there's a huge liquidity sweep here. What we call liquidity sweep is this, is that when price is going to the upside like this, let's say look at this now, then you now see price come down here like this. You think it broke that low, but it didn't break low, then you just continue again. Then over here now will be a liquidity sweep, which will be a week to a week. All right, it will be a week to a week. Remember I told you guys a break of structure is a break of structure is when a valid break of structure is when price break with a body. All right, when price broke with a body, that's a valid break of structure, right? So when price break with a valid body, then we now say, okay, this is a break of what? Structure. Okay, so let me show you what a valid break of structure looks like on the reach out. So we can see this now, this is a valid break of structure. This way we marked out the down aspect. So this is a valid break of structure because it broke what? With a body. Then yes, on the daily now you can see here we also broke with what? A body. So this is also a valid break of. So that's why I had the confidence to take this trade. Okay, that's why I had the confidence to take this trade, because if you can see now, if you see, let's use our daily to mark out this, you can see it was a weak rejection. Are you seeing it now? So this weak rejection now, this is what we call liquidity sweep. Once you see this at a lower time frame, run. I hope you guys are understanding me. Once you see this at a lower time frame, run. Don't take that trade, because the trade is signaling you that is about to reverse. But it just swept the liquidity and is about to reverse. So a lot of people who actually wait for this and saw price take out this low. All right, people who actually waited for this and saw price take out this low, I rest assure you that, how will I put it for you guys to understand? I rest assure you guys that most of them got wiped out. Some of them who maybe reduce their stop loss or using trailing stop. So there's a structure here, then this structure, maybe they put their stop very low like this, then price will just take them out. Okay, so you can also see it here. Let me remove this. So this is found at everywhere. Okay, you can see this, guys. We have what we call liquidity sweep here also. This is telling you that price just swept liquidity, so you need to get out of that trade. So that is how it was, guys. I hope you guys are really following up. Okay, once you are actually following up with this, you get the whole concepts properly. Okay, you can see this is just a beautiful structure, but there's the catch here. All right, I didn't tell you guys this before marking out a structure like this. We say structure goes, let me delete this off. We say structure goes up like this, comes down, right? Goes up again, comes down. Okay, that is what structure does. All right, and yes, before we say a value change in structure, before we say value change structure, we need to see price breaks above this high or this low. Okay, so if price now comes down and break this low, now will not change direction. They will not say, okay, anything you are looking for now, if you are looking for an uptrend, your trend should be looking for a downtrend movement. Okay, that's for that. Then same thing going to an upside. So once price breaks up, then you come down to look for a demand, then you take your next trade. I hope that is very clear enough, and if it's not clear enough, make sure it's clear to you. Find a way to make sure it's clear to you, or there'll be this video comes back later for you to actually watch. I think today is what's this date? So today is what, Thursday, so this video will be out, let's say Friday or Sunday. Okay, on Friday I'm dropping a new video, so Sunday this video will be out for you guys to actually get the concept of what I did here. Okay, so this is for what we call liquidity sweep. Then now you can now go back to your lower time frame. Now you can see why I took the trade. Okay, fundamentally it's telling us we are going to the downside, right? Then over here you can see the way price was just chopping, and why some people be like, why did you take a trade here or here or here or here? First of all, you need to know price movement. And what is price movement? You can see where price started from. This was the leg price started from, then moved down to here. So any price that moved below inside this, it still hasn't broken any structure. So until you break this structure before you now say, okay, this is a valid break in structure. All right, you can see I was marking an order block, waiting for price to get to the other block before I used my line chart to discover that there was a zone below that zone. Okay, so there was a zone below that zone for us to actually take the trade from. Okay, so that was what really occurred. And yes, this is a very clean trade, whereby I will state either I get stopped out or I got the profit we are looking for. So you can see we are just like 2 pips away from our first 50% off. Okay, so we are like 2 pips away from our first 50% off. But yeah, that is it, guys. I hope you guys are getting this whole concept properly. And yes, if you still don't understand it, why I call this liquidity sweep, because yeah, liquidity is supposed to be like this. All right, like you cross, then you see okay, oh, you can see it now, it broke. It just broke with a wick, so that's it. But I call it SMT. This is what they use, this trading language, SMT, meaning that this price here you see here, this price here is also liquidity sweep. I keep telling people this is what they call liquidity, but they use the language of SMT. So don't let them deceive you when you are in a trade. And also be able to define, maybe somebody ask you, why did you take this trade? Be able to tell them why you took the trade. All right, so price got to the close of this, then bounce up. Then yes, before we say change in trend, remember we are marking out our direction, right? So change in trend will be this leg, because you can see this entire leg, right? So change in trend will be on this leg, that is this open. So let me just put it down. So we write change in trend inside. So a case, and why I mark this out as, I think I need to change my color so you can, okay, let's red is too ash. Okay, back, yeah, better. So why I mark this place as change in trend is that you can see this leg now. Once we get a body close here, we can tell ourselves we are going to where the upside, because price now validating the fundamental. Now you can see the way the fundamental is. So this fundamental, why I drew it like this, let me show you the days the price has been going to the downside from here now to here. How many days? 15 days. So for good 15 days we have been what, going to the downside. So any trade I'm looking for, I'm looking to take a down trade movement. Okay, so this is where I tell you guys that anybody who is missing out on this section doesn't know what they are missing out on, because this is where I'll give you guys the real secret of forex trading and how you can move in them by step by step. First, we remove the noise. Second, mark the open and close, and all this also, you can also do the same analysis on your weekly time frame, on your scalp time frame. All right, we target short time movements. If you're on a daily, all your target should be short time movements. All right, so if you're on the weekly, all your movements, all your target should be the weekly time frame. Okay, so this is how it works. Daily, your target should be the 1 hour target. So all your target should be the 1 hour target. So now you can see some majority of people are moving their stop to their entry now, because price has crossed the first close of that candle leg, or the first structure close. Okay, so everybody now, I mean everybody, are actually moving their stuff now to their entry. Okay, so everybody are moving their stuff to their entry, like this their position now to their entry. But like I said guys, one thing about forex trading, you guys, people still don't understand, is that price movement can be very very crazy. Okay, now you can be in a winning trade, then in next moment you can be in a very losing trade. So don't get excited, don't get emotionally attached, because you know it's a business. Have you seen somebody who is in a business that will start getting emotionally attached? No, it's not done now, because let me say I have a business now, and I say since it's my brother, since it's my family, let me let me start giving them for free. You will lose. Okay, you will just lose. So this is where the mindset comes in. Treat trading like a business, but still people doesn't understand the aspect of treating trading like a business. Okay, so the moment you start treating trading like a business, you get this whole proper concept well. Okay, fundamentally we are going to the downside, technically we are going to the downside. So do you guys want sentimental? You see why I didn't actually focus more on sentimental, because the reef won't offer that to you. Okay, and I don't know how, if anybody can know how they do that on the reef, please, I would like to know that, so I will know how many players, because I do know how many players are on the chart, which we use the MT5 for that. Okay, that's where the MT5 comes in. You know how many players are in, people who are training their instrument currently. I think I need to show you a live example here. Let me go back to my MT5 so I can show you guys a live example of what is going on. So we are on the V25 spread chart details. Okay, now if you go to your meta 5, you can go to details, just click on the platform, click on details, or if I have not opened the reef, do that, click on the details, then you can go, you can just scroll. Let me show you guys this. Okay, you can just like scroll to see the contract and all that. All right, so this is how I know for the reef, but it's not as comfortable as it's not comfortable as for the currency pair, whereby you have instruments already who tells you everything. So it makes your work very easier. Okay, so that makes your work very easy. I hope everybody are getting this concept properly. Okay, now we just broke a leg. Okay, we just broke a close, so we can expect price to move down. Now some people actually are adding more position to their winning position. some are scaling out for the position. Okay, here I'm making some people scale out, some here I'm making some people stay in the trade for a longer period of time. This is a very step-to-step guide for you guys to come across. Okay, and yes, this trade I will upload the update on my Telegram. Let me just do one now, so I'll upload it because this my derivative doesn't have this sync system where you can just paste, or let me say you can use your phone like the way I did it with my with the Euro AUD, or just use my phone to talk more on the chart and why the chart was like that and that. Okay, I hope you guys are understanding this whole concept, and this has been beautiful, man. Two trade we took live all went well. I can't speak much on this because this is still under probability. Okay, so trade we took yesterday which went well, I think, let me check the RR on that. I think that was 7.2, guys 7.2. It's just because my class, that's why I came in again, because I'm supposed to be taking a walk right now enjoying myself. Okay, because I did good this week. So now we have like in on current, now we are having straight 3 weeks, like straight 3 weeks win streaks. Okay, so if we're having straight 3 weeks win streak, that means we can also have straight wins as well. So uh stick with your plan and focus more on the chart. Okay, guys, get that concept well. Stick with your plan, focus more on the chart, don't let the tick bothers you. What you need to be looking out for is price entry, targets and stops. Okay, you want to buy at, or you want to sell at a good price. This was not a good price for me. Okay, so don't get me wrong, this wasn't a good price for me because I'm supposed to take this price here. But like I said, if you have mastered yourself and you know, okay, this is what I'm risking, then the price won't be those targets won't be your majority thing again, because you have put your mind that this is what I'm risking and this is what I'm willing to lose. Okay, so since you have gotten that idea already, or that good idea about this is what I'm getting, this is what I'm risking, then you can do whatever you want on the chart, because you can play any instrument at your choice. But before playing any instrument at your choice, study that instrument. Okay, come on guys. Okay, study that instrument, know what the lot size is, know the spread, know all those things. Okay, once you know all that, then you can actually go with the pair, go with the trade. Now I can trade any pair, but there's this wise saying, you don't want to choke yourself with noise. All right, then when I was starting, I can trade 20 pairs due to I have no little. But as time goes on, I discovered that the game doesn't require that type of movement. It requires patience consistently. Okay, so that's what the charts require. It doesn't require those type of movement. It requires patience and consistently. So if you want to also be patient and consistently, this is very very easy for you to get, and this is very easy for you to understand. Now we are almost at our first TP, so which I want us to hit our first TP before we end this live session, because we are done. All right, and if there's any question, guys, hit me up, because this is where I will answer any question you have. Like any, there's no hidden thing in forex. I keep telling everybody this. There's no hidden thing, just step to step guide. First noise, second, then after you learn all this. Okay, let me put this in a box. After you learn all this, okay, guys, don't let your knowledge go to waste. Okay, after you learn all this, don't let your knowledge go to waste. Okay, once you get this concept properly, then work on yourself. Okay, the moment you got all this, then start working on yourself. Then the moment you work on yourself, there you can get a good price movement. Okay, the moment you get work on yourself, all this will be easy for you. Just the way I get good trade and all that, it will be easy for you. Then you don't even need me anymore. Maybe the next time you see me, you'll be like, these guys work actually made me who I am. Okay, so back test this, for test this, any year you want to test it, just test it. Okay, test it out and confirm it. Okay, so we'll be ending this soon, and I hope you guys get this whole concept properly. Okay, I hope you guys now understand this whole concept properly, because we'll be ending this stuff very very soon, guys. Okay, we'll be ending this very soon. All right, so take advantage. I keep telling you guys, take advantage of your winning position. All right, so don't add to a losing trade. Listen, guys, never add to a losing trade, always add to a winning trade. All right, price might do is useless ticks up and down, but never get scared, never add to a losing trade. Okay, so always stick to your risk management and your plan. Okay, guys, see you soon, and I hope you guys had fun on this live section. This is one of the greatest section I've did so far, in the sense of I studied myself and I also learned from you guys. Okay, and this has been a great journey for me and for you guys as well. So guys, see you soon, and yes, this comes our end of the channel. EPP. Hooray.